I was waiting for the dinging sound of the camera, but I didn't hear it. Alright, so today we're making, as goofy as it sounds, we're making some cable tie holders / organizers. And this is going to be the base for our organizer. We're going to drill 4 holes right in there and use self-tapping screws and tap it to the bed. And then we're going to have 2 pieces of steel on either end to come up. And then this plate's going to sit on top, and we're going to have PVC pipes that slide down in there. And we're going to put the cable ties in the PVC pipe, and we got a cap to put on them to keep the water out of them. And we hope it's going to work out good. Now what I'm fixing to do is I'm fixing to drill a hole in these, and then I'm going to take the plasma cutter and cut them holes out. We use the hole saws on this piece, but it's kind of slow. I think it'll go a lot faster if we just use the plasma cutter. Harbor Freight run Friday and got us some couple new things. I like them step bits. Go through them pretty regular. You're gonna buy them from Harbor Freight, buy the more expensive ones. They're way better. I cut that piece out of another piece, and apparently I must have bobbled a little bit because that end ain't as tight as that end. I'm going to try to freehand these circles. We'll see how well that works out. That one didn't do too bad, but I got time to take a 2-inch pipe and see if it slides through there alright. I like for it to be tight if I can. Looks like I need to trim just a hair. There we go. There's one. Now we gotta get these cable ties and cut these ties to the length we want the thing to be through here. I'm gonna cut this one just a hair long. You're filming me while I'm thinking, and that's scary. I'm studying on what I want to do. Fixing to weld this piece of metal on like I done that one, but what I done is I clamped it to a piece of angle iron where it'll be at a true 90-degree angle and be square, and I can scoot it and move it to where I need to. And I'm going to set them at 1 inch from the edge there. Then I'm going to take my welder and tack it. I'm just using the MIG welder because this ain't going to have to be like super stout. So I'm just going to weld that up. I'm going to tack it and then I'm going to take the clamps off and weld it up. I'd like to get a better welder one day, or a better MIG welder. I gotta get a stick welder, but I got that. It's just one of them little $100 jobs from Tractor Supplies where I bought it. It's a job small, and I've used it several years, but I think I could buy something a little better than it. We don't use the MIG welder a lot, so it does what we need it to. We got that done. I'm going to clean. They got hot bolt out. Welded around the boat so we got room. The head will sit down in there flush. Oh! Don't try this at home, kids. I'm going to take that grinder, clean that weld up, knock them little BBs off. Just using these little flap discs for this, they're not near as aggressive and they're good for cleaning welds up and stuff like that. We need to position our pipes in here, but I think we may need to let that cool down a minute or two before we put them in there. It's starting to come together. I tacked our top piece on. We carry 4 different sizes. We carry these short ties for tying up cables and stuff in the cab monitor cables. And then this is the size we use a lot. They'll go right in there. Now the bottom of them pipes is empty, so they're gonna fall through right now. But when we mount it to the bed of the truck, that'll create our cap on this end. Hopefully they're good and tight where the cap's not going to pull out. When we take the cap off, they don't pull out. So Bob's gonna take these edges, take the grinder and taper and clean up the edges of them pipes where they'll be good and slick, where the caps will go on them. And then I'm going to flip this over and finish welding this up. And then I don't know if I'll leave this hanging out or not. I might take the plasma torch and clip that little wild end off and then they'll be ready to bolt to the bed of the truck. So that's what the finished product looks like. I'll show you how it's supposed to work. Just off like the wrong side. Just shove them down in there like so. Reach in there and pull one out when you're ready for it, and put the cap on there, keep the rain out of them. I'm gonna put a screw right in here on all 4 of them to keep them from, if this cap gets stuck, to keep them from trying to pull out on us. They're in there pretty tight, but you know, as they work and wear and stuff, I'm just gonna put one little self-tapping screw right in there, right up underneath that ledge, keep them from pulling out. And that little head in there sticking out shouldn't, them are loose, and it shouldn't keep them from coming out. But we're gonna put it over on the bed where it's gonna go, and we're gonna mark the holes and drill them, and then we're going to go on and paint it up where it'll, I don't know if are we gonna paint the pipes or just paint the frame black?
I'll just paint the pipe or frame.
We're gonna, according to the Bible, we're gonna paint the frame, and we're gonna leave the pipes white. And see how that works. We got our holder where we're gonna put it. We're marking the holes right now. It fits right there in that cubby hole right there beside our toolbox. And you can't hardly really tell it's in there, but right there's where we store our sledgehammers and pry bars. And I don't think it's going to get in the way of that, so we're marking our holes, and we're going to drill the holes, and then we're going to use these little bolts right here. You drill not quite a 5/16 hole, and then it kind of makes its own threads down through there pretty well. A lot of the stuff on this truck, that's what they're bolted down with. Well, here's the finished product before it goes on the truck. We was going to paint it black, but we was out of black paint, and the toolbox right beside it's John Deere green anyway, so we just gave it a good coat of John Deere green. We can put cable ties in. We can put store cable ties in this. All the way from 6 inches to 24 inches long. You might not be able to get a whole bag in some of them, but you can take this is just for the truck out in the field, and you can keep enough to keep you going out in the field. Just replace them as you use them. And I'll go over here and I'll show you when we built this in just a second. I'm trying to see if any other spots show up that need paint. I believe that's pretty good. Before we was keeping our cable ties right in here, and like if you needed to get in here to any of these little special wrenches that we got that we made, that's like to put a hydraulic line on the hydraulic pump on a 4640. That's a specialty wrench there. But there's another one, we use it on the injectors on a 46. But if you need to get in there, that's another special one. We keep all our wrenches with ground on in here. Anyways, this whole thing was full of cable ties and bags, and you was always having to pull all of them out to get to the ones you needed. So hopefully we're gonna be a little more organized now, and we can move our punches into that drawer, and hopefully we're gonna have some more room for some other stuff, like these. Probably gonna move them right there in there. Might put them pipe wrenches in there, and so on and so forth. We need a new complete set of screwdrivers is what we really need. We got a mismatch set, and a lot of them's had the handles broke off, and they just not had an easy life. And when we bought this truck, we had all this nice and neat and organized, but the more you use it, and it's still organized, I mean, we know where everything is, but the more you use it, the harder it is to keep stuff where it goes. Just remember to, when you get done with it, to always put it back on the truck. And that is a good thing about these toolboxes. You can look at them and realize in a second if something's missing. Like I can look at there right now and I know that we got 2 of every wrench, and there's an 11/16 wrench missing right now. It belongs in there. But there's Tam in the shower right now, and we're waiting on her paint to dry, and I don't know if we'll get it on there today with this man that's cleaning it. In here, and that should keep that pipe from pulling out. Whoops. Scratching my paint. Alright, so there's the short ties. Medium size. Time for the next size.
No, that'd be them other ones. Yeah.
How many we can get down in there. It'll be enough for out in the field. Put those on. Well, that's the finished product. All we hope it works out good. That was all kind of just dead space anyways. We keep our sledgehammer and crowbars back there, but painted it green to match the John Deere box, and it's kind of the same shape as the John Deere box. It don't stick out too bad, but if you want a cable tie, all you're supposed to have to do is just pop the top off grab a tie, put the cap back on, and take off. Should keep the water out of them. I got that idea off the internet. I found some things on Amazon that was kind of similar to that. I changed, but it wasn't very heavy built. So I built that metal frame to bolt to the truck, so where it'd hold up maybe. And them, the one on Amazon didn't have no caps to keep it rain tight. So we put them on there, and I think we're gonna like it. For more great DIY tips and crap like that, be sure to like and subscribe.